Most SMMA owners struggle to fill their calendars with enough appointments, but I figured out a simple, repeatable system that books 10 to 20 appointments per day. By the way, my name is Jack Lacy. My agency actively does over 137K a month, and I make these videos to help others do the same. If you'd like my help directly scaling your SMMA, you always have the ability to schedule a call below. So before we go ahead and dive into the system, I want to show you some proof of what this system can do for you and your agency. So when we are scaling up heavily with our agency, we use this exact same system, and as you can see on Monday, it printed around 17 appointments, and it's just so powerful, and I'm so excited to share this system with you so you can print appointments for you and your agency. Now on Tuesday, it was a little bit slower of a day. It was just more around 6 or 7. Wednesday was around 10. And Thursday was around 7, and Friday was around 3. And what you want to do if you have a day that's just overloaded with appointments is to reschedule them throughout the week so you have a good balance throughout the week. But I just wanted to show you the power of what the system can do for you. So let's go ahead and dive into the system so you can start getting appointments for you and your agency. Let's get after it. This system is comprised up of 5 main steps, and I'll go through them one by one so you can fully grasp each one and so you can start getting appointments for your agency. So let's go ahead and dive into step 1. Step 1 is the niche. And I know I hear so many people saying, oh yeah, you do not need to niche down. But I think this is just completely idiotic in the beginning because you don't have the time nor resources to do many different niches. You'll just waste so much time and money if you try to do many different niches at once. So you cannot serve everyone. And if you want to get really good results with this system, you will need to niche down so you can save time and resources. So definitely niche down. And like I said in my many other videos, I would choose something that's just high ticket, but you just got to focus on one and you'll be able to get great results with this system. And if you niche down anyway, you'll be framed as an expert. So there's no really bad part about niching down. So step 1 is just niching down. I know I hear so much advice out there about not niching down, but niche down, it'll save you so much time and money and you'll be thankful that you did it later. So now let's go into step 2, which is the offer. And the offer and market are king. So if you pair them really well together, you will print appointments for your agency. So the first step is having a no-brainer offer, and the second step is having a result-specific offer because all these clients care about are results. So some examples of this are pay per lead, in which you do $150 per lead, and they don't have to pay for the ad spend because the ad spend is baked into that, and people love this offer because they don't have to mess with ad spend and they don't have to do anything with ad spend, and you just bill them up front for everything. And then it's more of like you have skin in the game once you do this offer, and that's why so many people love this offer, and it generally prints as well. Second one is 10 new roofing jobs or you work for free. So if you don't get them 10 new roofing jobs a month, you'll work for free until they do. And that just shows that you have some skin in the game. It's a good offer. And obviously you don't need guarantees, but it makes your life a little bit easier in the beginning if you do have a guarantee. Just make sure it's nothing like outrageous. So like don't say like, oh yeah, 50 new roofing jobs a month or you don't pay, because obviously that's unrealistic. But having a guarantee in the beginning can make your lives easier. And as you continue to scale up and get a lot more case studies and results, you can move away from the guarantees as you won't really need them anymore once you get really good results for your agency. And the last one here is 5 new remodeling jobs or you don't pay. And this one is just so you have some skin in the game. So if you don't get them that specific offer, then you'll refund them the money. But for the most part, if you get really close to the guarantee, most people will just let you go on with it. And if they do want the refund, obviously don't continue working with them because that's not the type of clients that you want for your agency. So steps 1 and 2 are really critical because if you really don't niche down and you don't have a good offer, you won't print results with this system. So those 2 steps are really critical. But now we'll go into step 3 where the magic sauce is happening. So step 3 is paid ads. And obviously you can do cold email if you want, but the reason that we scaled to where we are at today is because of paid ads. And I obviously got my first few clients from cold email. And I think cold email is a really good system to use if you want to print appointments as well, but you just have to be sending out like 10 to 15K emails a day if you want to do that. And paid ads just made it so much easier in terms of getting appointments onto my calendar without us doing that much work because we paid more with our resources rather than our time by doing paid ads. And the first step of paid ads is to either do image ads or UGC videos. And these are the 2 main types of ads that have worked really well for us. And obviously you could do other types of videos if you want. I've seen people doing AI UGC videos for B2B, but generally I think image ads and UGC videos do really well as long as you have a niche specific offer and you really have a good offer going down for your paid ads. And the second step is targeting. And there are 3 main types of targeting in which we do for paid ads. And the first one is broad targeting. And this is where you do no interest at all, but you still do like the age ranges and the locations in which you want to target, but there will be no interest base for this one. And the second one is interest. And you want to have two main interests ad sets in which you want to do. And the first one is a narrow interest in which you have a few different interests and the audience size is around 1 to 3 million. And then the second one is broad interest in which you have many different interests and your population is around 30 million plus for this one. And the last type of targeting that we do is lookalike audiences. And to do this, you want to scrape a big list of your ideal audience and then upload that into Meta as a custom audience. And then once you upload that custom audience, what you'll want to do is create a 1% lookalike audience so you can use that as a targeting for that particular ad set. And what I would do is test all of them out and see which one works best for you and your niche, because they all work and you'll hit different types of people by doing all three of these. So I think it works best to do all three of them. But if you're a little bit tight on budget, I'd probably just start off with interests and lookalike audiences at first, and then expand out to the other ones as well. So that is targeting. And now let's go into like how we actually go ahead and qualify and book them. So we do landing page qualification, and then we guide them to a booking page once they are qualified. So we just make it as simple as possible, but we don't want to be talking to unqualified prospects. So only if they're qualified will they be guided to a booking page. So I'll walk you through the process, how it looks on the front end, and I'll guide you to the process on how we actually go ahead and book them in. So on the front end, we will have the ad. And like I said, I like to test out image ads at first and then transition them into UGC video ads. So what we generally do is we just have a simple image ad in which we have the offer and a call to action at the end of it. So for this specific one is more for solar. So we're looking for 5 solar pros who want $200 qualified and pre-vetted solar leads sent straight to your calendar. And then you have a call to action at the end of it. As you can see, it's simple. And as long as you are niche down and have a really good offer, this will print. And then what we do for the primary text is we say confessions of XYZ niche owner. And then you list out their different pain points in which they experience on a day-to-day basis to really drive it home for them so that they feel the need to sign up for your service. And then we say, or XYZ niche, it's time for a breakthrough. We've done XYZ system to ignite your sales and fill your pipeline. And then you have your offer right here as well, and then another call to action. And then generally the headline is just like your niche and then your offer on it as well. And that generally works really well. And then in terms of the landing page, what we do is we go ahead and have the offer at the top, and then we have some different little text right here. And then we have a simple qualification quiz, and we automatically DQ them if they fill out an answer in which marks them as unqualified. And then once they are qualified on this, we'll guide them to the booking page. And now this is the next most important step in this whole process is the booking page. I'll go through what sort of calendar system I use and some different settings I use on the calendar. So step 4 is the actual calendar itself. And I do everything within the Go High Level calendar because it's just so much easier if you're running landing pages from Go High Level is just to use the Go High Level calendar. And it makes it so much easier if you want to do SMS automations and email automations and just generally it makes it so much easier. It makes your life so much easier if you just go ahead and do the Go High Level calendar. I know you can use Calendly. It's just more so up to you, but my personal preference is the Go High Level calendar. And I'll go through how that calendar page looks like in a second. And then I'll also go through calendar settings to avoid no-shows. So let's go ahead and look into the calendar page. So again, we have our offer on top of here so that they remember the offer when they are booking. And then we have a simple call to action right here to schedule your free discovery call. And then we just have the Go High Level calendar right there. And it's easy for them to book in and book a call with us. So for the calendar settings, we generally just do 30-minute meetings because that's generally all you need. And for the date range, we only allow them to book for 3 days in advance because we've seen if we let them book like next week or the week after, they'll just no-show, and you do not want that when you are booking appointments. So generally we do a date range of 3. You can test it like between 2, 3, 4, but generally you just want it to be as soon as possible so they remember who you are and why they booked. And then generally, in addition to these settings, we generally send out SMS automations and email automations to remind them of their upcoming meeting. Obviously, we do one right when they book, saying like their confirmation and all that. We do one day before, and then we do one an hour before the meeting for them to confirm with us. So that's generally how the calendar works. It's pretty straightforward, but the biggest thing is to not let them book like weeks in advance because they're just going to no-show you. So that is the calendar. So once you are actually booking appointments, it is time to scale. So let's go through the scaling process. So step 5 is scaling. And the good thing about paid ads is it's so easy to scale because all you have to do is just increase the ad spend and double down on what ads are working. And the easiest way to do this is if you have like an image ad that's working well, create UGC videos for it, create an AI UGC video of it, or hire out UGC creators of it. The biggest thing is you just need to double down on what's working and maximize the hell out of that specific offer and creative and language and do everything like that, or create different variations of that specific image ad. So if you're doing a Twitter image ad, do it like a notes image ad, do it on a blank Canva page. But it's so easy to scale paid ads once you get an ad that's clicking. So you just need to maximize that specific offer and language and just really triple down on it, and then you'll print even more appointments. It's really that easy in paid ads. You just need to double down on what's working. It might take like a few days to actually get a good ad set in terms of like which one actually will print for you and your agency. But once you do get that, you'll be able to print many appointments each and every day. So that is all I had for you guys today. If you got any value out of this video, drop a like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to work with me one-on-one for direct help to scale your agency, I'll drop my calendar below. But that's all I had for you guys today. So get to work and peace.